The views expressed on this program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
Hello and welcome to the November episode of Real Reviews. I'm Jameson Rabbit. You know this guy, you love him. It's Steve Sabaki. How you doing, sir?
Can we just agree to call this edition of Real Reviews, the dark side?
Yeah, it is a very fitting fall month of movies where the sun starts going down earlier. Depression starts to kick in.
There's not a lighthearted film in the bunch.
Not a lot. We're looking at monsters and depression and all kinds of atrocities happening this month.
I need a good rom-com.
Well,
I'm desperate for one.
it's all around the corner. The sun is coming up eventually.
Hope so.
But first, speaking of scary things, let's get started with our first movie of the month. We look to Netflix. What do you have for us?
House of Dynamite. It's on Netflix, as you said. It's directed by Catherine Bigelow. She gave us The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30. I mean, Catherine Bigelow knows how to ratchet up the tension. She does it again here with this movie, which follows the U.S. government trying to navigate an official response to a single nuclear missile that's been launched against the U.S. by an unidentified enemy, and it looks like it's going to land in Chicago. Now, what's unique about this movie is that the plot covers essentially a 20-minute sequence of events, but the film shows that same 20-minute sequence three times from three different perspectives, and each section is different from the other one. And in the first sequence, one of the main characters is Captain Olivia Walker. She's the oversight officer for the White House Situation Room, played by Rebecca Ferguson. Second sequence, led by General Anthony Brady, commander of the U.S. Strategic Command, played by the always great Tracy Letts.
Phenomenal.
Love him. And then the third sequence focuses on the president, played very well by Idris Elba, struggling to come up with a response to the attack. And I got to tell you, without giving a lot away, my stomach was in knots throughout most of the 112 minutes of this film. I mean, I don't know how Catherine Bigelow did it, but she and the actors and the settings and the cinematography and the music made it look, sound, and feel very, very real.
I mean, Catherine Bigelow is one of our best directors. She's great at this. So for me, I love the Rebecca Ferguson portion of this film.
Yeah, she was great.
And I love Tracy Letts and everything he does. But the Rashomon retelling didn't quite hold up for me for the entire movie. Once we got to the Idris Elba portion of it, I was the stakes just weren't there for me anymore. I felt a little let down by the third act of this movie. And because Catherine Bigelow can take us on amazing journeys, some of the movies you listed before, and I really enjoyed the first two-thirds of this movie. And the final one, I don't know, maybe it was just I found it overly repetitive, but I was gripped for the first portion of this movie. Like everything Rebecca Ferguson was involved with, I was gripped for it. And I think the repetition of it just didn't, the stakes didn't hold for me in the final third.
Yeah, I mean, that's been one of the main complaints about this, is that they felt that, the three different perspectives diminished the suspense and the tension. And I disagree with that. For example, in the first one with Rebecca Ferguson, you hear the president in the background during a security meeting to address this. You don't see him.
Right.
You see him then in the third one, and that gives you more of a perspective of what he was going through at that time. So for me, I thought it actually got more tense as we went from, I guess, a lower level security employee up to the very top, which is the third segment.
Yeah.
And that...
Yeah, it went the inverse for me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I felt the tension releasing from my body as we got to the third section, where I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. To the point where the movie ended, I audibly said, seriously? And my wife goes, what? I go, that's it?
Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble with that as well. I mean, I know there's been reaction from the government
I'm sure.
contesting the reality of this film. I guess there was an internal memo circulated at the Pentagon. You can read about it online. I mean, but real, not real. I mean, this movie shook me. And I couldn't get it out of my head after watching it. I still can't get it out of my head.
What was I remember as a child there being a made-for-TV movie that we all had to watch about a nuke landing in America. I remember it traumatized me for a long time. We had to talk about it in school the next day.
The one movie that I thought of that this was kind of comparable to was a movie from, I think, the mid-'60s starring Henry Fonda called Failsafe.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a movie that came out, I'm thinking like 1984 range. I remember I was in grade school and we had to watch it.
Was it the day after?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That movie traumatized me.
Yeah,
that was my first reality with nuclear
me.
weapons.
I mean, you see these types of movies with this kind of plot going on. Not to be facetious, because this is something that, I mean, God forbid, could happen. But you're in trouble when they start going for the binders.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the signal when they get the binder and they go, okay, here's your options. And I'm like, oh man, wow, really?
What did you end up giving House of Dynamite?
I mean, it's not an easy watch. I don't think I'll watch it again. But it's done very well, and I gave it 4.5 stars.
Oh, wow.
I thought she did a real good job with this.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the first half. I was let down by the second half, and so I ended up giving it 2.5. I was expecting a lot out of this cast, and out of Catherine Bigelow, and
I love the cast.
That's it. I was expecting so much out of this cast and out of her, and when my final response to the movie is seriously. It's a bad taste.
Okay.
So, we stick with Netflix for the next movie, which actually I saw in theaters, which was great, getting to see it in theaters as opposed to on Netflix. But it is Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro brings us his vision of Mary Shelley's monster story. It's a gothic retelling. It's very similar in the retelling as Mary Shelley's Frankenstein from the 90s. Robert De Niro is the monster. This gothic sci-fi horror is told wonderfully in distinct sections and perspectives with different narration kind of filling in the gaps. Oscar Isaacs is Dr. Frankenstein. He's doing most of the narration. He's terrific. He's the man who's dedicated his life to proving his domineering father wrong and proving society at large wrong about him, and we watch as madness consumes him as he tries to create life from death, and what he ends up creating with the help of Christoph Waltz, who plays a man who believes in him and is his wealthy benefactor. He creates...
He's not Igor?
He's not. There is no Igor in this movie.
Okay. Or is that Dracula?
No, that would be Dr. Frankenstein, yes. But what he creates is a monster in the form of Jacob Elordi, who brings his unique, large physicality to the monster. He's a monster with no bolts in the neck, and he is offset by Mia Goth, who plays the love between them. Mia Goth plays the figure that both monster and scientist are in love with, and she's kind of the light in the darkness for both of them. She's at home in a film like this. She plays gothic movies pretty regularly and provides the only respite of color in this dark and really desolate landscape of a movie. And the underlying narrative of this movie is parental abuse being passed along from Dr. Frankenstein's father to him, and then from him onto his creation as he begins to kind of regret making this creation, and a child's yearning to prove itself, which is what the monster is trying to do. Oscar Isaac is a man who's jealous of his creation and driven to destroy it, and I believed him as he fell deeper and deeper into a sweaty mania. And we also get, one of the things I like about this movie is rewatching the original 1931 Frankenstein and then the 35 Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I love Bride of Frankenstein, and we get my favorite part of that where the monster meets up with the kindly blind man, and there's interactions between them.
Oh, they have that in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Guillermo del Toro he's delivered another film where mood and setting are really meticulously crafted, and I can't help but be drawn in by the story he has to tell. And I'm really glad I got to see this in the movie theater, because I think this being a Netflix movie is kind of a crime. Guillermo del Toro doesn't need to make Netflix movies. And I'm just... It's a 2.5-hour movie, and I'm glad I was able to be immersed in a movie theater for it and not sitting on my couch tempted to grab my phone and look at it.
I still can't forgive him, Del Toro, for The Shape of Water. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to say Pinocchio.
Well, that too, but I mean, the worst Best Picture winner in the history of the Academy.
He likes monsters. There's another monster, but Jacob Elordi. I mean, it's a handsome cast. I mean, Jacob Elordi is a very handsome man. He's playing this monster. Very
I probably will watch it eventually, but my daughter did text me, and she did the show last time, and she said, "You're not going to want to see this."
No, not a movie for you, and probably a good one for you to skip.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. I love everything about this movie.
She really liked it too.
Good. So I ended up giving Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the better Frankenstein tellings that I've seen. And I watched a bunch of them this year for
Does he go,
October.
"It's alive, it's alive"?
No, he does not give that cheesy line, but something similar to it. All right, let's move on from monsters to men. What do you have for us?
I think we're going to talk about Springsteen,
Sure.
Deliver Me From Nowhere, directed by Scott Cooper. And this stars Jeremy Allen White, who's from the TV series The Bear, as Bruce Springsteen, who in 1981 reaches the end of his latest sold-out concert tour after the release of the album The River. And John Landau, his manager and producer, played by Jeremy Strong, rents a house for Bruce to kind of lie low from his fame that's growing, and it's near a place in New Jersey where he grew up. And while resting, his record label, well, they want him to make another hit album. But Bruce has other plans and has his friend Mike, played by the always dependable Paul Walter Hauser, to bring to his home some lo-fi recording equipment to record Bruce with just his acoustic guitar and a number of demos. And these are dark, deeply personal songs, some of which are driven by Springsteen's memories of his troubled relationship with his father, Douglas, who's an alcoholic battling mental health issues, played by Stephen Graham. There's flashback to those moments in the film, those moments in the past. Bruce is unhappy with how the new songs sound with a full band in the studio, so he pushes the record label, much to their dismay, to release the songs as they are on a single cassette tape. There's a running gag in the movie where people see the cassette and ask, "Where's the case?"
Yeah.
For the cassette.
Mark Maron's like, I can't do anything with this.
There's no case. Springsteen wants to release an album, no singles, no tours, no press appearances, not even his face on the cover. And that album ends up being Nebraska, which is probably the most divisive album in the Springsteen catalog. And I love the River album when it came out, listened to it all the time. I went to the concert at the Coliseum in Madison on that tour.
Oh, wow.
In February of 1981. I had to look it up. He played for over 3 hours.
Sure, classic Bruce.
Oh, God, great show. When Nebraska came out, not a fan. I think I've listened to it once.
Okay.
Since it was released.
Sure.
Maybe now I'll go back to it, but I haven't yet.
Yeah. Not a fan.
No.
So did that turn your taste in this?
No. But fair warning, and you know this. This is not a full-blown biopic of
Which I love.
the Spring. You don't like music biopics.
No, but I love that they didn't try to bite off
We
too much.
argued about this last year with
I love
the
that
Dylan movie.
They focused it instead of trying to tell
Yeah.
a whole lifetime story.
Right. It's just a small segment of his life
Yeah.
making this album. It's not a start to the present
Right. That's too much.
biography.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was okay with that. I thought it was interesting.
I was too. Like you say, I'm not a fan of music biopics.
No,
I
you're
think
not.
they're low-hanging fruit. I think I'm glad this wasn't a jukebox musical. I'm glad they didn't try and bite off too much than they could. It was refreshing that this movie wasn't filled with actors being famous people. We're like, hey, there's that guy. Hey, see you later, so-and-so. Like, I hate that. I didn't like that about the Dylan movie. There's 0 bad Johnny Cash impressions in this movie, unlike the Dylan movie.
Come on.
But I like that it's smaller and more personal than most of your music biopics. It's much more dour than you're going to find in most biopics. And it made me crave diner coffee and an omelet because I think a third of this movie took place in a diner.
It does,
And,
yeah. Well, I mean, there's a side plot involving a brief relationship with the sister of one of his old classmates. Odessa Young's the actress who plays that in that role.
Yeah.
I thought she was very good in it.
I think all the performances were good. I like Jeremy Allen White. I thought he gave a good performance.
Yep.
is Jeremy Strong just going to give the best performance every year that we don't talk about? I mean, he was phenomenal.
I
in this
thought
movie.
he was the standout.
Yeah,
for
he
this.
was the best, and he was
great.
last year in the movie about Trump. He was amazing. I thought it was good. It got me. The one takeaway for this movie is side plot, but there's a kind of a theme where he keeps going back to the Martin Sheen sissy space film Badlands, which got me to watch Badlands for the first time ever.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it. It's been in my queue forever.
All right.
And I got done with this movie. I said, "This is a sign. I got to watch this movie. That movie's phenomenal.
Yep.
That's great." And so that was a nice little touch coming out of this movie. And I enjoyed this movie for what it was. I appreciated it for what it wasn't.
Well, there's a scene towards the end between Springsteen and his father, and I lost it.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
I came home and my wife looked at me and she went, "Were you crying?" I said, "Yes, I was."
Yeah.
It was just, it
if you
really
have a
got
soul,
to me.
yeah.
It got to me.
Absolutely.
And I mean, last year my favorite movie was A Complete Unknown.
Yeah.
It wasn't yours.
Not even close.
Is this one up to that level? No, it's not, but I thought it was still enjoyable.
So what did you end up giving?
I gave it 4 stars.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars.
Oh, all right.
You know, music biopics not my thing, man. But I enjoyed it. Jeremy Allen White was good. And
Yeah, I think he even sang himself.
Yes, he did.
Some of the songs.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It
He
was-
sounded like Bruce.
Yeah, he pulled it off. Speaking of Badlands, like I said, I got to watch Badlands. The next movie we have here is Predator Badlands from director Dan Trachtenberg. That's a segue. Director Dan Trachtenberg back with his 3rd incarnation in the Predator universe. For the first time, though, the Predator is the protagonist in a movie. We never see the Predator being the hero of the movie, I guess, but we are focused around this young Predator, Dek. Dek is the runt of his Predator clan, shunned by his warrior king father and living in the shadow of his warrior brother. And when the good brother dies protecting Dek from their father, this unprepared, cloakless Predator flees on a mission to gain glory and the right to be called a warrior. And he must retrieve a dangerous creature. He's got some dangerous cargo he's got to bring back to the Predator planet to prove his worth. And while away, he finds an unlikely ally on this dangerous planet in a damaged android from the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. You know them from the Alien universe. That is in the form of Elle Fanning, or at least the torso of Elle Fanning, as she is an android. She wants to help, but he sees her only as a tool to the end goal, especially because, like I said, she's just a torso. But she has a history, and she also has a twin sister android who is on her own mission. And for Predator movies, this one had a bit more comedy than you would find in normal Predator fare, I thought.
Yeah.
They're battling the company. So if you're big into the Alien Predator universe, there's a lot of little Easter eggs in the air. And Elle Fanning tackles a dual role of playing 2 twin androids, and she's also involved in a fight scene like I haven't seen before, where 2 separate parts of her are involved in a fight, which I thought was pretty creative and fun. I mean, I'll say this. The Predator film series has been a rocky road.
Have you seen them all?
I've seen them all.
Okay, I haven't.
And there's been zero consistency in storytelling and quality. Most of the films have just been living in the shadow of the original. It's a big shadow cast. But Dan Trachtenberg, I think, is doing really great things with this universe. He has stories that he wants to tell. He seems to be the custodian of this franchise right now with these movies. And he gives me hopes for where this is going, as opposed to just being rip-offs of the original. You are not a Predator franchise guy.
No, I saw the first one. That was with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah, and
1984.
I haven't seen any
been
since.
40
But
plus years.
I did see this, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually enjoyed this movie. I can't believe it. Mark it down.
Yes.
This is a historic moment. I mean, beneath all the creepy creatures, and there's more than a few, and the thank goodness PG-13 sci-fi
Yeah,
action.
yeah.
I mean, this is a sweet buddy movie in its surface with an adorable sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I forgot about the little creature that was tagging along with
Bud?
them. Yeah.
Oh, Bud's adorable.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the action, the violence got a little video game-ish for me. But, you know, what sold it for me was this friendship and this bond that slowly develops between Deck and Thea. And when the action stops and those two had to work with each other and talk to each other to try to figure out, how we're going to survive and how we're going to meet our missions, that just completely entertained me. They sold me on it.
It's almost like a buddy road trip movie for a
is.
portion of it, where there is like little comedic jabs at each other. Like I wasn't expecting this.
And
out
Elle
of this.
Fanning, I thought, was fantastic.
Yeah, she's great.
I mean, she's this chatty, friendly robot. I didn't quite understand how her sister was the complete opposite. Cold
It's all in
and
the
ruthless.
programming, man.
I guess that's something that maybe I missed by not seeing the other ones. But it captured me more than I thought it was. I
blown away
walked
right
out of
now.
there just completely surprised.
This is a nice surprise.
I read where Trachtenberg said I think this is like part of a trilogy because he made the animated movie. Did you see
Right.
that one?
Yep.
You
and
did.
then he made Prey,
Okay.
which was it was a streaming movie during the pandemic.
The way this movie ended, it kind of looks like they're going to make another one.
Oh yeah.
And
He's got full control of this universe
okay, he
now.
does. All right. And if it's
And he ties in with the alien universe.
if it's Deck and Thea, and if it's PG-13, I'll go to it.
all right,
Sure, why not?
there's hope.
I'm not going to watch the other ones. I'm not going to go back and watch those.
There's
but-
no need because there's a lot of bad Predator movies and a lot of Alien versus Predator movies that are terrible. There's but this is good. I enjoyed this.
Well, the only other Predator movie which had a PG-13 rating was Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, that movie was not great,
Not good? Okay.
but it was better than the sequel. All right, what did you give Predator Badlands?
Who knew? 3 stars.
There's hope. I love it. Yeah, I enjoyed it just a touch more. That's great. I give it 3.5. It's fun.
It is.
I mean, yeah.
there were times when I was laughing. I thought,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
good.
funny stuff.
I like this. All right. Moving on, you saw a movie that I wasn't able to get to. What do you have for us?
All right, I got to find it.
All right,
Here it
find the
is.
notes. There we go.
Okay. Oh, this is one's on Netflix, and it's a Ballad of a Small Player, directed by Edward Berger, starring Colin Farrell. Didn't we just talk about him not too long
Probably.
ago? Yeah. He's gambler Brendan Riley, who's posing as the aristocrat Lord Doyle while feeding his gambling addiction in Macau, which I didn't realize until seeing this movie that Macau was such a haven for gambling like Las Vegas. Riley's luck, though, is running out. His debt's piling up. He's running out of money. He does whatever he can to keep gambling to win that big payout. In the meantime, he's trying to stave off his creditors like hotel management. They're after him to pay his bill. There's a private investigator played by Tilda Swinton who demands that he pay back the funds that he embezzled in his former life or be deported to stand trial. Along the way, he meets Dao Ming, played by Fala Chen. She's a sympathetic credit broker who's comforted by Riley after one of her clients takes his own life. There's a friendship that develops between the two, which I wanted to see more of. Now, Edward Berger directed my second favorite movie of the year last year. That was Conclave.
Oh, sure.
And what I loved about that movie was the balance that he struck between the characters and the larger-than-life settings of the Vatican. And this is what you see here. You've got this, Colin Farrell's virtually in every scene
Okay.
where there's
that's good.
people. You got this small character, and then when you don't see him, you've got these big, expansive, panoramic views of Macau, accompanied by this huge orchestrated soundtrack. And while it doesn't come close to what Conclave did, and I think maybe it's just because I'm watching it on my television,
Sure.
I thought Berger did a good job showing this small player who's trying to survive, keep his head above water, who's trying not to get swallowed up by this big, giant adult gambling amusement park.
Okay.
And this is one of those movies, and Colin Farrell's performance, where unfortunately it's going to go by largely unnoticed.
I've heard zero talk about this movie at all.
I didn't even know about it until I saw Colin Farrell on Stephen Colbert one night, and I thought, why is he on? Because Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey had already passed.
And it's not even like Netflix has put this on the main screen
No.
when you log in. Like, you have to look for it.
Yeah, and so he starts talking about this movie that he did, and I went, really? I didn't know anything about it. So
Maybe he had a clause like Springsteen where he doesn't want to press or don't put my face on it. Let's not talk about it.
yeah, I mean, there's so many movies about gambling.
Yeah.
I mean, is this one up there with the great gambling movies? No, but I still thought it was well done.
Okay. What did you end up giving Ballad of a
I
Small
gave
Player?
it 3.5 stars.
Nice.
Yeah, seek it out.
There you go. It's right there on your Netflix. You just got to look for it, I guess.
You got to find it.
So weird because they will force feed some things to you.
Sure.
And then you have to search for things that are brand new and star a big actor. All right, let's move to the next film. Speaking of big actors and such, it is Bugonia from director Yorgos Lanthimos. Stars Jesse Plemons. He's a man named Teddy Gatz. Teddy is a conspiracy theorist. He and his developmentally disabled cousin Don kidnap pharmaceutical CEO Michelle Fuller, played by Emma Stone, believing that she is an alien, part of the Andromedons. They are a species of alien that are killing the honeybee, a creature that Teddy is very close to, as well as taking over human society. Locked in their rural basement, they shave her head, smear her in antihistamine lotion to keep her from contacting other aliens for help. And what Teddy wants is for her to set up a meeting with the Emperor of the Andromedons. But it has to occur before the upcoming lunar eclipse that's happening in 4 days, because that is going to bring the mothership to Earth. Teddy is a true believer in his theory, never flinching in his belief. He also has a mother who was involved in a test trial sometime earlier that went off the rails, and she was left comatose, and there's some trauma from that, and that might have been the tipping point for him mentally. And he's got theories, and when he begins to suspect that Michelle Fuller is not just a regular alien, but possibly the queen bee of the species, the battle for the upper hand in this negotiation between the two of them becomes much less clear. And this movie was, I mean, like most Yorgos Lanthimos movies, they're all crazy. They're all wild. They all have Emma Stone in them. Many of them have Jesse Plemons in them. A lot of them I walk out of the theater going, I'm not sure what I just saw. This is a really dark satire of our time that we're living in right now in 2025. I also think it might be Yorgos' most straightforward film that he's made in recent years. If you've watched Kinds of Kindness or any of those movies.
I don't know how you're interpreting straightforward.
I mean, this had a through line that some of his movies just, I lose grasp of that line. This one I was able to hold on to it because it's a lot of dealing with pain and distrust brought on by the pharmaceutical companies and giant corporations, and how people can really convince themselves of an alternate reality when that's all they surround themselves with. When all you surround yourself with is this alternate reality, you start to believe you live in this alternate reality. We live in that today.
I feel like I'm in one right now at this very moment. So I'm going to speak directly now to Emma Stone because I know she watches this show.
Absolutely, we've gotten letters.
On a regular basis. John, if you want to just, I'm going to look into this camera.
Right down the barrel of it.
Emma, this is your fourth movie now with this director. Mm-hmm. Enough is enough. It's time to move on. Just walk away and do a romantic comedy. Maybe another musical like La La Land. We miss that. This falls into the category of, why do you make me watch these movies?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely. I mean, it's a commentary about the future of humanity and corporate greed and different classes. Yeah, I get that, but how they get to showing those messages, it's just it's unpleasant, it's nasty, it's miserable.
Yeah.
I know you love that.
Keep it going.
I don't. I mean, it went out of its way to be extreme. I do straightforward. I don't think it was straightforward at all. I think it's just another weird Yorgos Lanthimos film.
See, I love the pairings.
I didn't like any. I mean, the only one I haven't seen with her is Kinds of Kindness.
Yeah, that was crazy. It's got her and Jesse Plemons, and I'm not sure what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I saw The Favorite and Poor Things.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even tell you which one was worse.
Oh man, she wins awards. She's not going to leave Yorgos. She's winning Oscars with him.
Yeah, but did you think what she did was groundbreaking from everything else she's done with him in the past?
No. No, but I
No.
enjoyed it. My thing is this movie, Jesse Plemons, man. I love this guy.
Oh, I will give him his due for that.
No
Absolutely.
one plays unsettling and awkward
Yeah.
without irony like he does.
He completely convinced me that he was creepy and unstable.
I mean, and then recently my wife and I just watched Game Night, the Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams comedy,
Yeah,
and he
he's
plays the
creepy
weird
in that,
neighbor.
too.
That in a slapstick comedy, he's unsettling as heck as the neighbor, and like he excels in that. His earnestness brings these odd characters to life, and it was like perfectly built for this role.
I mean, his performance as just disturbing as it was,
Yeah.
I mean, it was the one bright spot of this movie. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I thought it was two really fun performances. Stavi shows up, comedian Stavros Halkios shows up in this movie.
Yeah, he plays the buffoon police officer.
Right.
I mean, come on. This is a high-level executive in a pharmaceutical company that's missing, and the police decide to send this
Barney
bumbling
Fife.
buffoon to investigate. Really? I didn't buy that at all.
Well, they obviously had a history because he was there to apologize and eat some
Yeah.
pie. Oh man,
It was just I mean, maybe I'm getting too old, but it was just too weird for
I was
me.
approximately 45 minutes into this movie, and my first thought turned to, "Oh, Steve's gonna hate this."
Well, and in the last third of the movie, there's some extreme things that happen, but
Yeah.
you kind of know that they're going to happen. I mean, they weren't surprises.
Sure.
Other than the
very
ending,
end?
which I didn't quite understand.
The very end was unnecessary, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I got it, but I just thought there's better ways of telling this story.
All right, sir. Let's go to the tote board. What did you end up giving Begonia?
1 star. And that's just strictly for Jesse Plemons' performance.
I don't know if we've been this far off in a long
He
time.
will. Oh, you're going to give it a 5. I just know it.
Close. I give it 4.5.
Oh.
I love this movie. This is my type of movie. Weird,
Yeah, it is.
depressing,
It is.
unusual.
You love this.
Yeah, I'm in for all of these.
20 years ago, maybe I would have said, "Yeah, this is fun." Not anymore.
I like unsettling, and I definitely was unsettled by this movie. So, all right, fun time. Now, speaking of fun times, oh boy, bad transition. Let's go to another movie we saw in theaters.
I forgot the order. Are we in Nuremberg?
We are in Nuremberg, yeah.
Nuremberg, directed by James Vanderbilt, and this is based on real events surrounding the Nuremberg trials, which were held by the Allies against leaders of the defeated Nazi Germany for plotting and carrying out invasions of other countries and committing atrocities against their citizens in World War II. And between November of 1945 and October of 1946, this is a bit of a history lesson,
Yeah.
the International Military Tribunal tried 22 of the most important surviving leaders of Nazi Germany. Nuremberg, the movie, begins with the arrest of Reich Marshal Hermann Göring, played by Russell Crowe, who gained a lot of weight, it looks like, for this role. Supreme Court Justice Robert Jackson, played by Michael Shannon, agrees to take a leave of absence from the court and serve as the lead American prosecutor in the trials. An American psychiatrist, Douglas Kelly, played by Rami Malek, arrives in Nuremberg after he receives orders to serve as the prison psychiatrist for the Nazi prisoners. Kelly sees his duties as an opportunity to get great material for a book. The military, though, wants him on board to make sure that none of the prisoners take their own lives before the trial. Now, this movie is based on the book, 2013 book, The Nazi and the Psychiatrist. And that's pretty much what the focus of this is.
Yeah.
It's the relationship that develops between Kelly and Göring, as Kelly is tasked by Supreme Court Justice Jackson to find out what Göring's defense is going to be at the trial. And what disappointed me the most about this movie is that there's a lot of backstory about the preparation for the trial, including the meetings between Kelly and Göring, but not enough of the trials themselves.
That's it. It's a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah.
You got maybe 30 minutes of courtroom drama.
There's the final third has a pretty riveting moment in which Jackson's trying to corner Göring after Göring takes the stand. And this movie, I thought, would have been much better had we seen more of that.
Yeah, Yeah, I had kind of competing thoughts about this movie. I also, in the past week, I watched the 1961 Judgment at Nuremberg, which is a powerful movie.
Was that with Spencer Tracy?
Spencer Tracy,
Maximilian
Montgomery
Schell.
Clift. Yeah, amazing movie.
Yep.
And that one is a courtroom drama.
Yes, it is.
Beginning to end. And it's about putting the judges in Nazi Germany on trial who were allowing things to execute innocent people. And that is a courtroom drama beginning to end, and it is a 5-star movie in my book. This movie was missing some of that. This was more focused on the behind the scenes. It was more akin to Silence of the Lambs for me, with getting inside the mind of a psycho. And I liked Rami Malek in this. He's as good as I've seen him.
Did you really?
I did. Well, I'm not a fan of his, right?
I wasn't convinced
haven't
that he
liked
was
him.
that guy.
I think you could have replaced him with almost any actor and could have done that.
And I thought he actually overacted in some parts.
He did. My biggest disappointment, and it's just probably because of expectations, Michael Shannon is one of my favorite actors. He's capable of so much. And he was really understated in this.
Oh,
to the point in the courtroom, I was expecting him to start thundering away at Goring, right? And he didn't. And Russell Crowe was the obvious standout in this movie. He was terrifying.
Yeah.
He was coldly terrifying, playing mind games with everyone. He's charming, he's egotistical, completely confident, almost proud of the atrocities that he caused without coming out and saying it so much. And I wanted a little more of the interplay between Michael Shannon's character and Goring. Here's the face-off, and we didn't get enough of that. And to the point where Chief Justice Jackson didn't even get the big moment.
No.
When it came down to it.
It was the attorney from Great Britain.
Right. And that was, it kind of left me.
Richard E. Grant.
Yeah, Richard E. Grant. And so, in both movies, in Judgment and in this one, it's the actual concentration camp footage that's shown that kind of brings this all back to a sobering reality.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to see the actual images, and it's hard to sit and watch. And sitting in a quiet theater, it's a tough watch. And I enjoyed this movie for what it is. There's a coda that Rami Malek's Dr. Kelly has at the end of the movie talking about how this can happen again. It's very foreboding 80 years later about how easy something like this will be to happen again, and we won't even realize it.
This movie, you're maybe too young to remember, but I remember there were some movies in the 70s with the movie poster that would show all of these little boxes with the faces of all these big name stars that were
especially
in the
disaster movies. They love
Towering
doing that.
Inferno and Earthquake and starring, and then you have like 10 little boxes across the poster. And in the end, having all that talent in the movie didn't help to make it a great one. And this reminded me of that.
Okay.
You had all this talent, and it just the end result wasn't what I was expecting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It affected me in the theater. I don't think it's as powerful
Oh, it has.
as
It
previous
definitely
ones.
has an impact. It really does. But like you mentioned, that Judgment of Nuremberg, much, much better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a masterpiece of acting.
James Vanderbilt's last movie as a director was Truth, which came out in 2015, starring Robert Redford as Dan Rather.
Oh, yeah.
Great film.
That's right.
Much better film. Yeah, that was his last
about
time.
That movie. What did you end up giving Nuremberg?
Boy, this is out of all the movies we're talking about today, I struggled with this one the most. I gave it 2.5 stars, a high 2.5 stars, pretty close to a 3.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.
Okay.
The
Boy,
subject
we're
matter-
far apart.
We are. Russell Crowe, I thought, was great in this movie.
He was.
And I haven't seen him be great in a while. And like I said, I enjoyed it.
He's been making a lot of junk lately.
Yeah, and like I said, I haven't liked anything Rami Malek's done in a long time. I thought he was serviceable. He was good enough in this. Their interactions were often good. He got a little off the rails at points. I just wanted more from Michael Shannon. He can do so much more.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah. All right. Final movie for this month we have is new film from Lynn Ramsey. It is Die My Love, starring Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. It's a movie about a young mother who, going through the huge life and physical and biological change that comes with having a first child, she's been uprooted and moved into a secluded new home that is the house of a dead relative, Robert Pattinson's dead uncle. And we're going to go move into his house. And Robert Pattinson is the clueless husband who is regularly away at work and who springs a very needy dog on her as well. just clueless as a husband. And it's overwhelming for her. She wants to be normal. Everyone around her assumes that this is just a time of pure joy. Look at you, the new mother, the new family, new husband. But resentment starts to foster and fester between them because she's dealing with the very real realities of postpartum depression. This movie is about the realities of postpartum depression that are often not talked about, especially in this format. And they aren't easily explained. And there's moments where she just wants to run away, maybe with the mysterious man on the motorcycle who passes by every day. And this movie shows that there's times in a relationship where it feels like you're pulling against each other. And Robert Pattinson is clueless, sometimes cruel, often distant as the husband. And Jennifer Lawrence is a whirlwind of emotion. You see her struggles, her good moments, her lost moments. She wants to be a good mom, but she's fighting herself. And I'll say this movie hit me a lot closer to home than I expected. I walked out of this movie struggling because I've been the husband who was slow to realize what was happening with my wife post-pregnancy. And I've been the husband who felt helpless when I did realize. And so I did empathize with the Robert Pattinson character. I'm hopeful I wasn't as asinine as he was in this movie. But this movie it's a weird little trip. Lynn Ramsey also seemed to only use natural light, which led to a lot of very dark scenes in this movie.
I couldn't tell what was going on half the time.
When it was nighttime in this movie, it was nighttime in this movie because there was no artificial light being brought into it. And that was very strange. And then also, one last thing that frustrated me is an appalling use of CGI fire to bookend this movie. CGI forest fire that looked just horrible. It frustrated me, but Lynn Ramsey's better than that. I really struggled with this movie.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
Talk to me.
I didn't think there could be a movie worse than Begonia.
Oh, no.
Then I saw this. I mean, it's about a young mother who has postpartum depression, and you would think that the filmmakers would want you to come away from this movie knowing more about that. Mm-hmm. Or want you to go out and learn more about it. After the movie was over, I felt I didn't know anything more about postpartum depression than what I knew, which was very little, before I entered the theater. To put it bluntly, I think it's a serious subject that, in my opinion, the filmmakers did not take seriously. And Martin Scorsese's one of the producers. And they really, to me, avoided any insight into it, any exploration into it. I mean, a lot of people are raving about Jennifer Lawrence's performance. Mm-hmm. And for me, a little over-the-top Jennifer Lawrence goes a long way. And this was way, way over the top. And it lost me. I mean, towards the end of the film, and this is going to sound bad, but I really didn't care about this character. I mean, it's a shocking performance, but I'm not sure what that shock accomplished. I mean, the story puts her into these situations where you pretty much can predict how she's going to react. I mean, they go to a birthday party at somebody's house. Gee, I wonder what she's going to
make a
do.
scene?
Yeah. It's like the director put her into a setting and then said, go do something that's going to shock the heck out of the audience. And I had zero sympathy for the husband, played by Robert Pattinson. I thought he was despicable. At one point, he forces Jennifer Lawrence into the car and they drive off and they leave the baby home alone.
That was a tough moment for me.
Sissy Spacek plays his mother. Yeah. She sleepwalks while armed with a shotgun. I don't know what the purpose of that was. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to talk about this, and I'm not going to say what it was, but you know what it was. There was one awful scene.
Yeah.
I almost walked out of the theater when it happened. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about.
Exactly what you're talking about, yes.
Yeah. And I knew it was going to happen when that element was introduced into the story. I'm just sitting there in the theater with my hand over my eyes going, this is not going to end well. And then you get to the ending, and I'm thinking, did this happen? Is it symbolic? Is it literal? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Who knows? I didn't care. Mm. I'm sounding like a horrible person, but it just didn't affect me the same way that it affected you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of these realities in my real life, We've dealt with it.
Okay.
We've dealt with postpartum depression in my life on a couple of occasions. And so I saw a lot of these moments that reminded me of things that I'd forgotten about. And I was a little frustrated that Lynn Ramsey, as great of a director as she is, and great of a storyteller as she is, that she left a lot on the table with why things are happening.
She didn't go there.
Right. It seemed like it was a lot of separate moments going on in this movie, and then some real tenuous things happening. Or like you said, is that real? Did that really happen? Is she imagining this? Is this a hallucination from her? Where in the timeline is this? There's a couple of moments I'm like, well, wait a minute, how's this happening now? I'm kind of confused. But the Jennifer Lawrence performance, I was into it. I've seen that. Yeah, it was tough. It was a moment where I walked out of the movie and I'm like, man, this is a thing that needs to be talked about more. It also, on a lighter note, there's a use of the song "Little April Shower" that was stuck in my head, and the next day, my wife woke up and she goes, "Why are you watching Bambi?"
I was trying to
get the song out of my head.
Yeah, I was trying. When I heard that, I went, "That's from a Disney
Old
film."
Disney movie.
But
It's
I
classic
couldn't remember
Disney.
what it was from. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's from Bambi.
During
All
the
right.
rains during Bambi.
Yeah.
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 I think we had two very different experiences with this movie. I don't think I'll ever watch this again.
No.
I'm good, one and done. Don't need it. Yeah. What did you end up giving Die My Love?
I feel bad after hearing your review, but this is probably going to be number one on my worst movies of the year list. I don't think I've ever done this before in doing this show. 0 stars.
Whoa.
None. I could not think of anything I liked about this movie.
This is a great episode, guys. We are so far apart this week. I love it. I gave Die My Love 3.5 stars.
Oh, okay.
I struggled with it. It was good. It affected me.
She's probably going to get nominated.
She will. She will. It's been a while since
I
she was
have no
nominated.
doubt she will be, but I just thought it lost me. It really did.
Can I recommend a movie to you that I saw this week that I think you would enjoy? I saw Eternity this week with Miles Teller.
A romantic comedy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's a rom-com.
It is. You should see it.
It's coming up. Well, you saw like an early
It's a
preview,
little mystery
right?
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just tell you, as a guy, this
Is that my kind of movie?
It's good, man. It's
I
a
need a
rom-com.
break. I need a break.
Oh, you laugh, you shed a little
These-
tear.
All dark.
Dark and depressing. All you hate, I loved.
The most lighthearted movie of the bunch was about the Predator.
The Predator movie was the one you laughed about. That's correct. Yes, we have Nuremberg and we have monsters and we have a lot of depressing fare.
Oh.
Let's take a look at what's coming next month for our episode. We'll be talking about a whole host of movies. Some of them may or may not be Edgar Wright's new film Running Man, which we're both excited for. You have Wicked for Good, the finale of the Wicked franchise coming out. You also have Rental Family, Brendan Fraser's new film, which
I wanna
looks
see
really
that.
fun. Zootopia 2, a sequel to one of my favorite animated movies of the last 10, 15 years. You have Chloe Zhao's new movie Hamnet with Jessie Buckley, which I'm very excited for. James L. Brooks' newest film, Ella McKay.
I want to see that.
I mean, we're getting into holiday season now, a little
Good.
more lighthearted.
Good.
Dust Bunny, which I'm excited for. It's Mads Mikkelsen and David Delsmakian dealing with a child who thinks there's a monster under the bed.
Okay, I think I've heard of that.
And then streaming, we have Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, the third of the Rian Johnson Knives Out mysteries with Daniel Craig. Those and who knows what else will be on our next episode in December. So hopefully a little less depressing than it was this time.
I hope so. I need time to recover.
Well, you got time. Thanksgiving is coming. Go eat some turkey, enjoy the family, and forget about what you saw this month.
I'm
And
trying.
get ready for some good times.
I'm trying.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting through some of these movies. There was a couple of them where I knew you were going to not have a good time with, but you can only
Was
pair
that
out
was
so
that
many.
in the back of your mind as you were watching it?
It always is.
It was in the back of my mind. I was thinking, oh, Jameson's gonna love this one.
Okay, I have to know real quick. Predator. You told me, I was surprised you wanted to see Predator, and you told me
Well,
we were
it
sitting
was
together.
PG-13, so I said, how
Is that
bad
what it
could
was?
Yeah.
Because you told me, I read something the other day about Predator, and I think I'm going to go see it. And so the whole time I'm watching Predator, I'm going, I wonder what it was that he read that made him want to see this. So it was the rating.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching going,
I don't
what
want to
did-
give everything away, but it was pretty much it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. All right.
I thought,
well,
if it would have been rated R, I would say, I don't think so.
yeah. All right. I love it. Fun times. All right. Well, until our December episode, we'll be talking about some much more fun films, hopefully. I'm Jameson.
Hey, we
I'm
want to
Steve.
take a second to
Have
thank
a
our
great one.
sponsors, our friends over at Marcus Theaters, the Palace Cinema here in Sun Prairie. It's truly the place to watch movies. Come in and be greeted by a friendly face when you enter. Come get your tickets. Then make sure to stop by the concession stand to get some delicious refreshments.
Here you go.
Thank you. Then settle into a dream lounger, sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. Hey, it's Real Reviews. Hey, we want to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Marcus Theaters, Palace Cinemas in Sun Prairie.